In November 2016, a devoted mother of two disappeared into thin air while jogging in California. 22 days later, she was found on a highway, starved, beaten, chained, and branded with a hot iron. She claimed she was abducted at gunpoint by two Hispanic women. But everything she said was a lie. She branded her own skin, she starved herself, and she orchestrated the ultimate hoax just to get attention. Today, we are going inside the FBI interrogation room to look behind the lie of Sherri Papini and analyze the disturbing psychology of a pathological liar. Watch her body language closely. From the very first minute inside the interrogation room, Sherri puts on a performance. She is hyper-emotional, rocking back and forth and weeping hysterically. In criminal psychology, this is known as the victim shield. Genuine trauma often causes victims to shut down or speak in a flat, numb tone. But Sherri uses overwhelming emotion as a weapon to prevent detectives from asking specific, logical questions. Listen to how she describes her captors. Notice the lack of concrete details, but an excess of emotional adjectives. When a person is remembering a real event, their brain retrieves sensory data, smells, specific sounds, physics. When a pathological liar tells a story, they focus entirely on how the story makes them look. She needs the detectives to see her as completely helpless. Why did she do it? Psychological analysis points to a severe case of factitious disorder, formerly known as Munchausen syndrome. Sherri didn't fake her kidnapping for money. She did it for the ultimate drug, sympathy. She wanted to be the center of the universe, forcing her family, her husband, and the entire nation to cry for her. But look at the detectives. They are playing along, letting her talk. They already know something she doesn't. While Sherri was spinning her tragic tale, the FBI was quietly tracking her digital footprint and her past. And soon, they would drop a bombshell that would shatter her reality forever. Notice these micro-expressions. The moments when she thinks the detectives aren't looking, her crying stops instantly. Her face becomes cold, calculating, and calm. This sudden shift is the biggest red flag in behavioral analysis. August 2020, nearly 4 years after her alleged rescue. The FBI calls Sherri Papini in for another interview, but this time it's a trap. The detectives sit her down and drop the ultimate piece of evidence. They found male DNA on her clothes, and it belongs to her ex-boyfriend, James.
I'm ready to move on and throw the dart and throw the rock and see what happens to the water. But Sherri, look at me. What do you want?
I don't want her to get in trouble.
She's not going to get in trouble. So the DNA came back to James Reyes.
The DNA that was on you belongs to James Reyes.
The picture, and can I get the picture? The picture of the table is James Reyes' little brother who died recently. We talked to him. He's been on a polygraph.
Wait.
That's fine. The fears of how out of control everything got, the fear of all these things is the reality. And the only people that can slow the train down is you and I. You put yourself through this so when you came forward you can tell certain stories. You missed you couldn't control the DNA that we found. You couldn't control when we talked to James, he'd tell us what happened. The story always was hard for anybody to understand. The tragedy that the community went through, the events that unfolded, the fear now of what it all means. But there's without a doubt, James's DNA was on you. The likelihood of being an ex-boyfriend is a problem.
No.
It's astronomical.
Look at her face the exact second the word DNA is mentioned. The hysterical crying? Gone. The panic? Instantly vanished. Her brain is frantically processing a new reality. The game is over. Notice her defensive tactics. Instead of confessing, she shifts into denial mode. She fabricates a new story on the fly. trying to explain how her ex-boyfriend's DNA got onto her underwear. Her voice goes higher. She stammers. She covers her mouth, a classic psychological gesture of trying to physically stop the truth from escaping. This is the breakdown of a pathological liar. When confronted with undeniable forensic science, her elaborate 4-year illusion collapsed in less than 60 seconds. The DNA match was the final nail in the coffin. Realizing the FBI had ironclad proof, the ex-boyfriend, James Reyes, confessed to everything. He admitted that Sherri had stayed at his house the entire time she was missing. He even confessed that she asked him to hit her, starve her, and burn her skin with a hot iron to make the kidnapping look real. In March 2022, nearly 6 years after her fake disappearance, Sherri Papini was officially arrested by federal agents. The headlines shocked the nation once again. The supermom who united America in prayer was nothing but a calculated fraud. Facing a mountain of evidence, Sherri signed a plea deal. In court, her psychological mask finally broke. She wept, not out of trauma, but out of shame, as the judge sentenced her to 18 months in federal prison and ordered her to pay over $300,000 in restitution to cover the cost of the massive police search. Her husband, Keith, who blindly defended her for years and spent his life savings trying to find her, immediately filed for divorce and sole custody of their children. But the story doesn't end there. After serving her time, Sherri Papini was released from prison. Today, instead of hiding from the public, she is trying to capitalize on her infamy. She recently signed a major documentary deal where she continues to manipulate the truth, claiming she is the real victim of the system. Sherri Papini's case remains one of the most chilling examples of modern pathological manipulation. A woman who destroyed her family, wasted millions of taxpayer dollars, and scarred her own body, all for the ultimate drug: attention.
Greatest husband, his name is Keith. I love you. It's a wonderful, wonderful life with you.
I just got home from work and my wife.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Woman missing out of Shasta County, 34-year-old Sherri Papini.
Only darkness every day.
She was reported missing by her husband.
Big details.
She does tend to be a little dramatic.
Anytime she goes away.
I'm coming, honey. I'm trying. Just bring her home.
What do you think about her sentence? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more deep psychological breakdowns of the world's most shocking trials, subscribe to Behind the Lie. Thanks for watching.